What's good everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Nike Air Max 3 in the laser blue colorway. This is low-key one of the shoes I've been most excited for this year. The Air Max 3, or as most of us know it as the Air Max 90, originally dropped back in 1990, and one of those OG colorways to release was this one, the laser blue. So when it was announced by Nike that they're bringing back the laser blues true to OG form, let's just say I was pretty excited. So these officially landed here in North America on October 2nd for a retail price of $140 US or $180 here in Canada, which marks a $20 increase compared to the Air Max 90 Recrafted series, which dropped earlier this year. I don't love the fact that there's a $20 increase, but it is what it is, and to me it was still worth paying the retail price for this pair. The official colorway for this shoe is white, black, gray fog, and laser blue. And though I've never actually owned a pair of the original Air Max 3s from 1990, just by comparing it to photos online, I gotta say I was very impressed with this shoe, and to me, it looks very close to the originals. So first off, here's a quick look at the box. This comes in that old school Nike box that the original Air Max 3s came in. We have this red lid with Nike Air branding on the top, and then underneath we have this striped pattern. And a very interesting thing was on this side, we have this label which mimics the original label from the 90s. But if you flip these to the other side, here we have the modern day label with the shoe's name, the color code, the style, and the size, and all that good stuff. So historically, these are actually called the Air Max 3. We have the Air Max 1 from 87, the Air Max Lite, which was technically the Air Max 2, and then these guys released in 1990 being called the Air Max 3. It wasn't until I believe 2000 when they were basically rebranded as the Air Max 90s. So for the purpose of the rest of this video, I'm just gonna call them Air Max 90. So starting things off with the toe box, here we have this white colored mesh, and then surrounding the outer edge of the toe box, we have this synthetic white leather. Overlaid on top of this, we have a black leather mudguard, which runs along the entire length of the shoe on both sides. And then at the top of the shoe, we have these TPU eyelets, the bottom one done in laser blue, and the top one done in black. The quarter panel is covered in the synthetic white leather again, and then stitched on top of this we have this gray swoosh, which is done in this synthetic suede-like material, but to the touch it really feels like felt. Moving towards the back end of the shoe, on the mudguard we have this cutout which reveals this plastic Air Max branding done in laser blue, and then the rest of the mudguard wraps around the back heel of the sneaker. We have more of that white mesh which covers the back heel, and then stitched on top on the very center, we have this laser blue colored rubber heel badge which has Nike Air branding in black. For the laces, these come with a flat white colored lace, and unfortunately there is no secondary lace option. Underneath this we have a padded nylon tongue, and at the top we have this square tag with Nike Air Max branding. Hanging off the shoe, true to the original form, they also give you this plastic hang tag with that classic orange Nike branding. And to make it look like the original 1990 release, they've stamped the size of the shoe on the inside wall of the sneaker, which is something very small but something I really appreciated. And on the inside of the tongue, there's this retro looking size label, which was another nice added touch. As we move on to the insoles, these come with a blue colored insole with the classic Nike Air branding on the heel. Inside the box, they also give you these arch supports inserts as well, which is another OG touch. But one thing I found really interesting was when I took out the insole, you can see that the inner footbed of the shoe was actually finished very well and very nicely. I'm not sure if the original Air Max 90s were done in this way, but it's the small touches like this, the attention to detail that I really appreciate from Nike. So the upper of these Air Max 90s sits atop this full-length polyurethane foam midsole. This for the most part is left in white, but the heel wedge is painted in laser blue, and there's this cutout which exposes this large Air Max unit that's found within the midsole. I'm not sure if it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but this airbag, it looked noticeably bigger compared to the air units found on past Air Max 90 retros. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Air Max 90 outsole. So this is done in a combination of black colored rubber and laser blue colored rubber. We have this waffle traction pattern on the forefoot and Nike branding on the medial edge. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. For those wondering how these fit, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in my true size 10, and to me they fit me great. Ever since Nike has recrafted the Air Max 90, I felt like they fit much more true to size compared to the past retros. So whereas before I felt like I had to go up a half size sometimes, nowadays sticking true to size is perfect for me. Moving on to the topic of comfort, overall these guys felt very good on feet. I'm not sure what they're doing with the polyurethane blend, but for some reason these recent Air Max 90s feel very plush and very comfy on feet. And straight out of the box there's no break-in time required. This mesh and the synthetic leathers are very soft, and they move perfectly with your feet without feeling any discomfort. So overall, I definitely recommend these for everyday casual use, and in my opinion, they give me a good balance between support and softness. Finally, touching upon the quality and the craftsmanship on this pair, overall I was very happy with the end result. As I stated earlier in the review, for the most part the materials are synthetic, so you're not going to have like a super premium leather feel to them, but I feel like that's how the original Air Max 90s were done, and Nike's trying to stay true to that OG look. With that said though, the craftsmanship on this pair was perfect. I had no issues with my pair, and I think Nike did a really good job with the shape of this shoe. As we look at the toe box, you can see this beautiful slant. It kind of goes off into a taper, and it doesn't have that boxy look that a lot of past Air Max 90s used to have. In addition to that, the shape of the mudguard, the size of the air unit, all that stuff worked really well on this shoe, and all in all, I was very impressed. So with all that out of the way now, let's lace up these laser blue Air Max 90s and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. It's crazy to me that an OG colorway of a classic silhouette like this is still sitting on shelves. It's pretty unfortunate that hype and resale prices are really what drives sales. And to me, these are being heavily slept on. It's a beautiful colorway of a silhouette that's classic, and I think Nike did a hell of a job in this retro. I personally just didn't want to risk that they'll sell out, but maybe they will go on sale. But honestly guys, if you are a fan of Air Max 90s, I would really recommend picking this up. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8, check out my Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this review, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.